hear today is one of those resurrection appearances, post-resurrection stories that we will be listening to now for the next few weeks. How Jesus made himself known, how he revealed his risen presence to various people. In this story, he joins the disciples who are leaving Jerusalem after witnessing the suffering and death of Jesus. They're disappointed. They're confused. They thought Jesus was the Messiah, but they failed to recognize him, and he suddenly joins their company as they're walking. Jesus does two things to open their eyes. The first thing he does is to explain the scriptures. He said, beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he referenced the scriptures that pointed to him. He's helping them make that connection between the Old Testament promise and the fulfillment in Christ. Then he goes in to their home and sits down at the table and breaks bread, reminiscent, of course, of the Last Supper. They recognize him, and he disappears from their sight. Having seen the risen Jesus, they then return to Jerusalem, where they tell the other disciples that they have seen him. You know, though these disciples are foolish and slow, they're slow to believe, they did get one thing right. They offered Jesus hospitality. They said, come and stay with us. You know, it's nearly late. You shouldn't be out on your own. Come on in and spend the evening. And Jesus blesses their hospitality by revealing himself to them. You know, these words that they said to Jesus, stay with us, can be experienced by us in many different levels. First, I was thinking that stay with us, isn't this something we said to the men and women who were baptized into our church at the Easter Vigil? Our celebration of the sacraments for them is an invitation for them to stay with us, to join us as disciples of Christ, and that they have done. Secondly, I was also thinking about the massive crowds that we had on Easter Sunday, and how, even though it's difficult, we practice hospitality towards those who maybe are here only once or twice a year. Isn't our invitation and our welcoming of them our way of saying to them, stay with us? Many of our visitors who are here at Easter may not really have a spiritual life or practice their faith, but by welcoming them, we extend that invitation to them, stay with us. Discern with us the presence of Jesus at the breaking of bread, and maybe some will follow through. Finally, the words, stay with us, is our constant prayer for the Lord. Every time we gather here and when we break bread and share the cup, aren't we asking the Lord to stay with us? And then he blesses us by becoming part of us when we partake the Eucharist. So as we continue through these several weeks of the Easter season, we may have many more opportunities to invite the Lord to remain with us and to bless us with his presence each day. If we understand that he is already here with us every day, then we can carry that message with us to other people, to ask them to consider meeting the Lord in our parish family, in the Eucharist, and in our love for one another.